Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano weekly review where we take a look back at the week for Cardano. I'll talk about some of the items that stood out to me. We've also launched version 1 of Building On Cardano. This is the platform that myself and Paddy from the Shamrock Stake Pool have been working on to help showcase all of the projects that are building on Cardano. So I'll give you a look at that. Take a look at some of the news items, and we'll also take a look at the charts. Even though right now there is not a huge amount to talk about on price, we will take a look at it, and I will talk about some of the levels of what I see happening right now. So if you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, as well as selecting all so that you get all notifications, because YouTube does not like sending out notifications anymore. Give the video a like if you get some value, leave a comment, and let's jump into it. Okay, we'll start out here looking at the site that we have launched. I will have timestamps down below for anyone who wants to jump to certain sections as well. So this is Building on Cardano. This is version 1, and what it is for any projects that are building on top of Cardano, whether it's an NFT, whether it's a DEX, whether it is something completely different, any tool or anything that is interacting with Cardano, you guys can list here. All you do is come over, log into the site, sign up or log in, and when you do, you will get the button to add your project. On the left, you will see the space to add your project. Then you can fill in all of the information that's there. If something is missing that you think should be an option to be able to fill in, then let us know and we will get that added as well, because we are already working on version 2, which I will give you a quick look at in a minute, because I do think it really tidies up a lot of this as well. Okay, so this is, at the minute, there's not a lot here on the homepage, but if I take you into some of the projects, I think Finance Club put in a lot of the information. So this is what you see when you come on. You have all the project links from the website to white paper, any social profiles that are filled in, all tokenomics details. You can share out the project here. Then all of the main information about the project, all the way down to team details. So teams can put in as many users as they want, as many team members. All social media details can be added as well, and then any token sales, either past sales or present or upcoming sales that they have, can be put in. And we are building out views as well, ways for people to search what sales are coming up on Cardano, what projects that are building on Cardano are looking to have sales coming up, whether they are NFT drops, whether they're ICOs, IEOs, IDOs, any of that. You will be able to get easy access to all of that. If we look here, this is what version 2 currently looks like on the dev server. So you can see, to me anyway, this is a lot better visually, tidies things up very nice. You can see up on top, added in the extra tags and categories, so you can click into any of these. If you click into DeFi, you can see you get what the projects that are tagged as DeFi there, and you can go into any of them. If we just go back to the dashboard, you can see again, latest projects are here. Tidy this up because we don't need just as much information here. Type and the stage the project is at is enough. You can click see all, and then you get the list of all the different projects that are building there. There will be filters on these, so you can filter by type, filter by token type as well. This is the category or tag, token type, the ticker, the stage the project's at as well. You can filter by all of this. You also have your search up on top here, and just on the home page as well, nice little graphic here of all the project types to show how many projects are in each category that is listed on the site. This part here will get a bit more work as well, but this will show all of the live sales or upcoming sales as well. This will be a carousel where you can flick through them, then get all the sale details. As well, there will be a see all button, so like the latest projects, you can go in and see all of the latest sales and do your filtering there as well to see, is there something that you want to get involved with. So in line with this, we do have a giveaway going on as well over on Twitter. So Ada Monsters, Carda City and Crypto Specimens, who all have started their sales now as well, they have given us one NFT each to give away. So over on Twitter, all you guys have to do is follow, retweet, leave a comment down below, and I will pick some winners next week. And actually what I will do is I will pick one winner from this video as well. So everyone who leaves a comment on this video, I will pick one winner from here and 2 winners from the Twitter post to win the NFTs for a giveaway. No need to put an address or anything like that below. Just leave a comment. Once I do the random picker for the comments, I will reach out to the person that is the winner as well. So now looking at some of the other news on input, output, put out an update on, they have completely revamped the documentation for the Cardano website. So you go to docs.cardano.org. You can see that it has got a real facelift. It's a lot easier to use. So anyone who wants to dig deeper into it to see why things are the way they are on Cardano, get a more in-depth explanation, then this is where you will get it. Just like the video I done on the monetary policy and future rewards, it was through this system here that I got all of the information for that. So up next we have the voting is open now for Catalyst. So anyone who registered before the registration closes, you have until June 25th to vote for the projects that you want to see get funded. So that is done in the Catalyst app. As well, Yoroi put out an update this week to basically say they are working on an update that will allow the Yoroi browser plugin to interact with any smart contracts built on top of Cardano. So this means that if you go onto a website that is using smart contracts, you will be able to use the Yoroi browser plugin for that. So similar, anyone who has come from Ethereum, has used Ethereum, you will probably be familiar with MetaMask. So Yoroi will be the equivalent of MetaMask for Cardano. Up next, we have the 5-hour podcast with Charles Hoskinson on Lex Fridman. So if you told me that there was going to be a 5-hour podcast, I would say there's no way I'd watch it because I just couldn't sit through it. I would say at this stage, I've probably watched a good 4 hours of this. What I personally done and what I think is good for most people is if you come down here to the description of the video, you can see everything is timestamped. So if there is a section that you are interested in, look, there's no groundbreaking announcements of something that's coming for Cardano. Those of us that have been involved for a while now will know lots of the information, but I learned an awful lot about this. And it was great to see Charles's perspective on a lot of the events that's going on. So everything from decentralized exchanges, Jack Dorsey and Bitcoin, Elon Musk, Hydra versus the Lightning Network. Some people might find that interesting. That is the scaling solution for Cardano. So how Cardano is going to scale versus how other blockchains do it as well. You also have lots of other stuff, Cardano versus Polkadot, Vitalik Buterin as well, El Salvador and Bitcoin. So lots of interesting information there. I will put a link to that down below for anyone who wants to check it out. World Mobile Token as well, they have now opened up for KYC. So anyone who wants to buy into the token sale, which is coming up as well, you will need to get on there and get your KYC done. So I will put a link to that down below this video as well. And I will be talking to Mickey next week as well. I'm going to have him back on for a quick chat to see where things are at and what they are actually doing on the ground right now as well. So if you have any follow-up questions for that, do let me know in the comments down below. I'm also sitting down with Cardstarter next week, maybe Charlie 3 as well, and also Ocom, Phi. So lots going on next week, lots of different projects to sit down and talk to get a perspective of what is going on in the Cardano ecosystem right now. So if you have questions for any of them projects, let me know down below as well. Okay, so just before I go over to the charts, there's one more thing that I want to touch on, and that is the Daedalus ranking system. So I seen a video by Spocker the other night where SPOs were on discussing this. This is something that I have talked about a few times in the past. When my own pools were started, they were showing potential rewards, and Daedalus was saying that you would get 0 rewards for delegating to the pools, even though they were producing blocks in every epoch and earning rewards for delegators. It's extremely frustrating for stake pools, especially stake pools that are smaller pools. You're doing your work, you're producing blocks, you're giving rewards to delegators, but Daedalus is telling new people that come in that they're going to get 0 rewards for delegating to you. I got that question, I would say near 100 times when my pools were on 0. So when you are new and you commit to this, you look at this and you see, right, you can say how much you want to delegate, you can move this slider over and back, and then it tells you what the potential rewards, if I click on this view here, tells you the potential rewards you're going to get from each pool. So it's basically telling me that if I'm new, it's telling me that these are the best pools to delegate to. They're going to give me the highest rewards. But what it doesn't explain is what saturation level is. You can see this pool here is saturated. Anyone new, once a pool goes saturated, then you are going to receive less rewards for that pool. This is all based on a maths formula that really needs to be looked at. And I would say if they can't get anything that is fairly accurate, they're better off just taking this out altogether. Let people go to the likes of Pool Tool or Ada Pools to find a pool's history. Go there, search on the pool that you want to delegate to, see what has been happening for them in the past. Are they producing blocks? Are they getting rewards every epoch? You can see publicly the full history there. So if there's a pool that you like, a pool that's doing something really good, I would say reach out to them, talk to them. Obviously I run pools, but there's lots of good stake pools out there. The big problem here is when you scroll down the bottom, you can see as you come down, these pools are starting to get orange. And then when you go past 558, where is that? Here we go here. So 558 gives a very small potential rewards. But then when you go to 559, it's saying 0 potential rewards. And that is for every single pool after that. So there's probably another 2,000 pools that it's saying you will get 0 rewards. But there are a lot of them pools will actually give you rewards. So as I say, research on pooltool.io or adapools.org. There where you will find the actual history, find out if a pool is producing blocks, if the pool is actually giving rewards out, and then you can make your decision based on that. Because there's a lot of good pools out there that are losing out on delegation because Daedalus is telling delegators that no, you won't get any rewards if you delegate to this pool. And when people are coming in new, then they're just not going to delegate to them pools. So hopefully there will be a solution to this. I will look more into it. I will put this out in more videos to make people aware because there's constantly new people coming into the system. So again, there's lots of ways to research pools out there to find out what pools will actually give you rewards. And in general, if a pool is producing regular blocks, you will get decent rewards over the longer term. I've got videos explaining that, which I will link down below as well. Okay, so taking a look at the charts then, look, I don't have a whole lot to say about this because right now the price is boring. It's not doing a whole lot. It's moving between certain levels, which I will talk you through now. You'll hear a lot of talk about the death cross that is happening on Bitcoin. And as you can see, the death cross is happening right now as well. It's happening today. This is the daily chart for Bitcoin. I did do a video fully on the death cross earlier in the week. I put that out on my older channel where I don't really post that often, but it is a trading channel, so I put the video out there. I will put a link down below as well for anyone who wants to get more information on this. In summary, basically the death cross happens when the 50-day moving average, which is this green line here, crosses down below the 200-day moving average. Now, moving averages are a lagging indicator. Basically what that means is they show you what has happened. They're not showing you what is going to happen in the future. This one here, you can see the 50 is moving down because the price here has plummeted down. So that means that the moving average is now coming down with that as well. So the reason we're getting this cross is due to the fall that has happened here. When you look back at previous times that the moving averages have crossed, you can see when the 50 crosses up over the 200 day, that is what's known as a golden cross. You can see here, it crossed up because we got a nice rise in the price here. This time we did continue to push right on up. When we came down here and had the death cross at this point, we had an initial small rally before having the fall. And then once again, getting this really good push to the upside, which gave us another golden cross. But we got the golden cross because of all of this here. Now, this time when we got the golden cross, we seen a huge fall in the price. Now, this was during the pandemic last year, so this is a black swan event, but it just shows you that just because you get these events, this doesn't mean that it is telling you exactly where the price is going to go. So this time when, according to some people, we got a golden cross, we should continue on upwards. This time we fell, so a huge fall here, which caused the death cross at this point here. So you can see because of this big fall, that's what pulled the averages down and gave us the death cross. This time on the death cross, instead of having a big fall, we had a small fall initially, a small pullback for 3-4 days before getting a really big push to the upside, initially pushing up 50% before we got the golden cross here, which essentially put us into the parabolic moves that we have seen over the last year. So look, I'm not saying that we will see a pump to the upside on this one here. All I'm saying is that it does not dictate exactly where we are going to go. Just because we have a death cross here doesn't mean that the price has to plummet down after it. We've already had substantial falls in this area here. What I am personally seeing on the chart is that when we get up here, $41,000 is the point where we are hitting major resistance. On the lower side, $31,000 is acting as our support. So right now we are just bouncing between these two lines. On a finer level, what I'm looking at is the last time we came down to 31 and went up, we did have our pullback that came down to just around $34,500. Again, pushing up to 41 and getting rejected. On the pullback yesterday and early this morning, we didn't quite come down to $34,500. I would like to see us holding this level. My personal bias is that we hold this level and push for $41,000 again. If we don't hold this, then for me, $31,000 will be tested again. Right now, it is a no trade zone for me. I'm waiting to see if we break above $41,000 or if we break below 31, and that's when I would look to take action then. But anything in between, I'm watching. I might buy up some coins if I think that they're going to go on a bit of a rally. But in general, this is very much a no trade zone in the bigger picture for me. I'm waiting to see, do we get a clear direction? It's very similar for a lot of the other coins as well. If we look at ADA here, this is on a 4-hour chart. 133 has been a very strong level of support in the past all along here. Briefly broke it here, held at this point, and the last few times that we got the dips, it has been held as well. That's the level I'm watching here, even though Bitcoin is really pulling and dragging the market right now. So looking at that point down here, on the upside, again, I would say between $1.61 to $1.64 is where I would expect a lot of resistance up here when we do eventually get the rally up to this point here. So for me, look, it's inevitable that we will get a push to the upside from the ADA price. Right now, we are very correlated with Bitcoin. This is the ADA BTC chart. As you can see, over the last week, really over the last 6 days to a week, the price has just stayed fairly stable with the ADA BTC price. This is ADA against Bitcoin. So how much Bitcoin it would cost to buy one ADA. So right now, trending sideways. And honestly, for the next few days, this may stay very similar unless Bitcoin decides to make a move. This is very similar for a lot of coins right now. We did initially have the fall back here. Since that, it's just been fairly stable. What I would say though, the reason that I look at this chart all the time for anyone new is because over time, this is what you want to see. You want to see your coin rising against Bitcoin. This means that your coin is growing at a faster rate than Bitcoin is, and that's exactly what we see here. So as you can see, ADA has been performing very well. When you zoom back out and look at the big picture, for me, as we approach over the next few weeks, and I suppose the next 2 months or so as we come up to smart contracts, I expect us to start gaining more and more against Bitcoin and push back up against back above the 5,000 sats level. I'll be watching that. I'll be putting out different videos on this. The reason that I just haven't been putting out small updates on prices because it's boring right now. There's not a lot happening. We need to see a break in either direction. Right now, it's not. There's lots of FUD comes out, there's lots of good news comes out, and there's just not enough in either direction to give the price a proper push in either way. So I hope this video has been helpful to some people. I hope you got some value. Please do leave a comment down below that will enter you for one of the NFTs. No need to put an address. Once the winner is picked, I will reach out to you to get an address to send the NFT to you. Share it out there, give the video a like. Any comments, any questions you want asked to the projects that I'm having on next week, leave them down below as well. I do appreciate everyone watching. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you soon.